Hello everyone and welcome back to Commander Clash. This week we're playing decks that really shouldn't work in our colors. Let's see what everyone's running.
Hey, it's Phil and I'm gonna break the color pie with Min Wily Illusionist as a mono blue sacrifice deck.
Hey everyone, it's Richard and we are running mono green Spellslinger Storm. We're gonna use Land Ramp as rituals and Praetor's Council as Past in Flames.
Yo, so this week we are taking mono blue elves out. There's a lot of bad elves in blue, but hopefully we can just clone enough of them and overrun the board.
I'm Seth and I'm playing a burn deck, but in Simic, with a deck that's actually based off an Against the Odds deck I built for Standard a while ago that looks to copy ETB Damage Deserts a bunch of times with cards like Doppelgang. This show is brought to you by our sponsors. You can purchase all the accessories we use on the show over at ultimateguard.com, and you can purchase all your cards over at cardkingdom.com/mtggoldfish. You can also support us by buying merch at our merch store at mtggoldfishmerch.com and liking and subscribing to help the channel grow. All right, with the intros out of the way, let's hop into the game. 4, 3, 2, 1, Clash on!
Clash on!
Have you ever said Clash on, Krim?
Yeah, I have.
Okay.
I have.
Just checking.
I actually
Just
have,
checking.
sort of.
Only when you played the Clash deck.
Yeah.
I'm going to draw for turn and play an Inzer and go.
I'm gonna play Balagad Recovery as a land, Balagad Sanctuary, and pass the turn.
All right, I will draw for my turn. Oh, well, we're going to start doing what my deck's
Kill
trying
Seth
to do.
Kid Seth, yeah.
No. Sun-Scorched Desert. It's kind of the key to my whole Simic burn plan here. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 1 damage to target player. So we had a little pregame conversation, and Krim was like, "You know, my deck's really busted, so you better kill me first."
Yeah.
So Krim, you're gonna take 1, and then I'm gonna use my
that's
1
what we
mana.
took away from that. Okay,
That's what I heard. That's what I heard. And then I'm just gonna play an Amulet of Vigor, which makes it so if a permanent would enter the battlefield tapped under my control, I get to untap it, and then you can go.
It's pretty good.
Amulet's way better on turn 1 than it is later in the game.
Okay, I'm going to play Ancient Tomb. I'm going to take
Kill him
2.
first.
Okay, Krim. Oh, he kills himself already. Nice.
I'm going to play Sapphire Medallion.
Jesus.
I'm going to pass.
No wonder Krim said to kill him first.
I
It's
thought
not
we were
lying.
playing Jank.
gonna
What
draw.
is this?
Right? You
Look,
play
You know, I have to do a lot to even get close to a fraction of how green elves function.
I'm going to play
everyone playing Sapphire Medallion?
But I pass. yeah, nothing.
Oh, yeah.
nothing to see.
What
At least
the-
it's not turn 1.
Okay.
Funnily enough, we are just all Simic at this table.
We are at the
Sylvan Library?
table.
Whew.
Is that
At the
Old
beginning
Order
of your draw
foil?
step, you may draw 2 additional cards. If you
Dominaria,
do,
yeah.
or choose 2 cards from your hand, draw on this turn. For each of those cards, pay 4 life or put them to the top of your library. Possibly just 8 mana, draw 2 every turn. We'll see. Or 8 life, draw 2.
I don't know. You're up against a burn deck, Richard. You might want to be careful. All right. I will untap and draw. I'm going to play Vesuva enters the battlefield as a copy of a land. That's going to be Sun-Scorched Desert. It will untap because of the Amulet. Sun-Scorched Desert is going to put a trigger on this deck. I already dealt 1 to Krim. Richard's got the Sylvan Library. We can't let him go too crazy with that. All right, Richard, you take 1 this time. One for you.
Okay, the fact that he has a second Sun-Scorched Desert worries me. that tells me that
Is that
we know what his
concerning?
game
Yes.
plan is. And he
And
didn't
then
even copy the
you can
Ancient Tomb.
go. I got one thing my deck's trying to do.
I'll play an island, and then I'm going to go ahead and play, the pain begins, as in for myself, because I have to, for Soul Knife Spy. When it deals combat
what?
damage to a player, draw a card. It's an elf
an elf.
rogue.
Oh, it's an elf. You're
I
right.
passed.
That's an elf?
Oh, God. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Pretty good.
Curse.
Yeah, this might be the best elf in my deck. Maybe.
I'm going
It's
to
a
play
3/2.
another island, and I'm going to pay 3 mana because it costs 1 less to cast, and I cast Ethereal Investigator. When it enters the battlefield, I investigate X time, where X is the number of opponents I have, which would be 3. And whenever I draw my second card each turn, I create a 1/1 white spirit creature token. And pass. It's a 2/3 flyer.
So what is your deck, by the way? I'm very curious.
It's a mono blue aristocrats.
Okay.
Draw 2.
Pass.
Okay, yeah. We gotta take this card. Do we take one more card? I think we just take one more card. We pay 4 life. I'm not playing any creatures, so it's very difficult to draw cards in green when you don't have creatures. I'm gonna play Forest, and then I'm gonna pay 2. I'm gonna play 3 visits, so I can search for library forest, put it in the battlefield tapped or untapped, and then I'm going to just pass the turn.
That was very green of you.
I will untap and draw. I'm going to play Rejuvenating Springs as my land for the turn. I have enough opponents that it's untapped, and we're going to tap 1, 2, 3, and I am going to play Unbound Flourishing. Whenever you cast a permanent spell with X in its mana cost, double the value of X, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell or activate an ability that has X in it, you get to copy that spell or ability. I will pass the turn.
Did you actually read that off the card, or did you just memorize it?
I did actually. You
Is
can't
that
read it off the
legible?
card. You can read it. You gotta look close. You gotta squint a little bit, but you can do it.
I'm going to play an island. I'm going to spend 3 mana, take 2. I'm going to play Patchwork Banner. As it
Ooh,
enters,
pump them out.
choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. Add 1 mana of any color. I'm going to name Elves. I'm actually going to go to combat here first. I'm going to swing at Seth for 4.
Wait, it's 4? Oh my god.
Yeah,
Fuck.
get +1/+1 for Patchwork Banner,
Oh,
baby.
yeah. Okay.
Oh,
The
boy.
comment's popping off.
The elves are look, okay, give me a second, all right? This deck
I
is
will take
nowhere
the 4.
near mono green elves. We're getting there. I also draw a card off that. And then I pay 2. I'll play Simon, Wild Magic Sorcerer. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell with mana value 3 or greater, roll a d20. 1 through 9, each player discards a card, target player. No, this is wrong. 1 through 9, each player draws a card. 10 through 19, I draw the card. 20, copy that spell. You may choose a new target for the copy. Pass.
I have never seen this card played
Okay,
before.
so that's like a group
Same.
hug card if he rolls low.
if I
If you low roll,
Yeah, it's party Jace. I like it. I need cards.
Yeah, I party Jace,
Yeah.
potentially.
Another island, and then I'm gonna create some sacrifice fodder. I'm gonna cast my commander. It's Win Wily Illusionist. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, create a 1/1 blue illusion creature token with this creature gets +1/+0 for each other illusion you control. And then whenever an illusion you control dies, you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to that creature's power from your hand to the battlefield. So pay 2 mana. Crack a clue to draw a card, and that is my second card drawn this turn. So I'm going to create an illusion and a spirit, and next turn we can start sacrificing them and
Well, you have a
pass.
sack outlet though, right?
Not yet. Yeah. That's maybe I've drawn some.
Guys, you guys are developing too fast. I have like 2 win cons in my deck with no searchable way to get them out. I need
I
to
mean,
be
that's
smarter.
You just storm off.
If it was that simple.
Do I apply the natural, like the usual like logic towards Richard because he is a storm deck? Because you never take your foot off the gas against the storm deck. If they are at 1, they are a
True.
threat. If they have nothing,
Yes.
they still are a threat. But he's mono green.
but he's also
I am a
mono
storm
green.
deck. Yeah, but I may actually just fizzle. I don't know if my deck actually works, but yes, I will go off and kill you. Or do
He's not
something.
even
all in
playing
one turn.
Ave as his commander.
How do you even win with mono green storm?
we
We're
take
going all the
4,
way?
man.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'm a little scared here of dying. I'm trying to make it look like a mono red storm as opposed to like playing like creatures and stuff like that. Forest. I'm gonna cast a revive, which says return target green card from your graveyard to your hand. Does this resolve?
Sure.
Mhm.
Resolve.
Storm
for
it
me,
off.
So sure.
3 visit. That's storm count
Storm
1.
count 1.
And then I'm going to 3 visits. Storm count 2.
I mean, I guess any deck is storm if you just decide to keep the storm count.
It's like Mono. As soon as there's a storm card, it has to count storm. And then I'm going to play Chatterstorm. Create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. Storm. So this is my 3rd spell. So Storm 3 squirrels.
Damn.
We'll get some defense down here.
And
Yeah, Richard
you've done
just
it.
stormed
You've
off.
completed the
He
weekly
did it.
quest.
There we
Richard
did
wins.
it. We did it. Go ahead.
Oh god, all right. 1, 2, and 3, untap and draw. I'll make a green mana. And then I am going to play Guildless commons. Enters tapped. However, I have the amulet, so it's going to untap. And when it enters, I get to bounce the land back to my hand. I will pick up this Rejuvenating Springs. And then 1, 2, 3,
All
and
colorless there.
4.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Map the Frontier. It says search your library for 2 basic lands and or desert cards. Put them on the battlefield tapped and shuffle.
That's always ended well.
So I'm going to get 2
With
desert.
this
Oh,
amulet
bounce
type
lands.
deck.
And they enter.
Hey, who's been
Yeah.
returning their nature's lore back from their graveyard over there?
I think the amulet is genuinely a good Magic card.
It's
In
really
just
good.
every deck.
Yes.
It's necessary
Ah.
for what my deck's
It's
trying.
netted
Wouldn't be
7
in my
more
deck.
mana than your medallion so far, I believe.
I'm going to get Lush Oasis as one of the lands, and then Arid Archway as the other land.
Oh, so good! Look at this!
And then I have a bounce land trigger and a Lush Oasis trigger. I'm going to hit Fill for one with the Lush Oasis trigger. I'm going to tap this to float another mana. This will be a blue mana. And then the bounce land trigger will resolve. I will pick up this Lush Oasis that's tapped, keep my bounce land. I get to Surveil one from the Archway, which will mill this Nissa. And then I will tap 2 mana and use my floating mana to cast a Solve the Equation, which says search your library for instant or sorcery card, reveal, put it in your
that's
hand.
the doppelganger.
Are we dead? The
Oh,
doppelganger's
oh,
coming
No,
out
you're not
already?
dead. I have all colorless lands at this point, but you can go. I'm gonna tutor.
Ooh,
That
that's
Amulet of
scary.
Vigor just generated like 1 billion mana for you that turn.
Yep.
Yeah, Amulet is kind of popping off. I can't cast it yet, but I am gonna get the thing. I'm gonna get the doppelgang.
That's comfort.
Man,
Now thought
Playing
season.
Simic seems so
Thought
cool.
season.
In Elves, mono blue Elves. I'm afraid of Min and Wiley running wild. I'm afraid of Seth doing everything that he's doing. And
I only got
Richard will
colorless
storm
lands.
us.
Don't worry about me.
I used my storm finisher already. Don't rest in peace me, bro.
Sadly, there's one problem. I don't want to swing at Phil, but this card only works if the opponent has a creature.
Haha.
Creatures.
Rewarded for not playing.
Yeah.
What is this that needs a
blockers.
creature?
Yeah, but the problem is your creatures are kind of pointless to me.
Whoa!
You know what? I'll offer Phil the trade. If he wants to wipe his board, he can he can trade. I'm gonna play Lothlorien Blade. When an equipped creature attacks, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature defending player controls.
Ooh.
It
That's
costs
hot.
5 to equip, but 2 to equip to an elf.
That seems
This is
good.
I'm gonna
kinda
equip-
sweet, actually.
Soul Knight
Yeah, it seems
Spy.
good in an elf deck.
I'm gonna attack Phil with that, and then I'm gonna swing with Simon at Seth. Which one do you need more, Phil?
Don't answer.
Don't
It's a
fall
trick
for it.
question.
Don't fall
No,
for it.
I mean, the
Don't fall
most
for it.
important one is the illusion, right? These ones. Whew.
I just want to
Man,
make
I
sure
can't
you land
live without
okay.
them.
Yeah, okay, I'll just kill the commander.
Oh.
And then if you want to block with everything, you could send it in front of this. That's fine.
I'm gonna block with this spirit.
Seth, you take 2.
I take 1. 2. Oh yeah, it's gonna
2.
be pumped, right?
2. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
yep,
don't
yep.
don't forget that part.
2
Then I pass.
commander.
Can you cast an instant or sorcery?
And you
Yeah, draw some cards. Where's the
and roll a
partying?
2?
I don't get to pick what I draw. Okay, all right. Like my deck wants to give me lands. That's fine. Wants to give me a sword. I'll take it.
I'm going to play a Urza Saga. It's going to get a counter and it gains tap to tap for colorless, and I'm gonna pay 1, 2, 3, 4 to cast Min, which costs 5 now. Man, would be nice to just crack a clue and get all this value again, but no, out there. Do I just pass?
Get the value,
I mean,
Phil.
I at least I wanted damage on. You can see why I have to kill your commander because I am mono blue. I assume there's not going to be many board wipes unless it's a mass bounce or Seth just
Yeah,
wins the
no,
game.
no, don't worry.
So why Min is,
We gotta
Min
kill
is
that
very
Amulet of
scary.
Vigor. You guys playing interaction?
Well, you know,
Yep, a lot. I'm gonna pass.
I think it's kind of done its job at this point.
It still gets a lot worse though.
I
with all your
promise
bounce
you,
lands.
I will hit Seth. I am hitting Seth.
Settle down there.
Seth, how much
Settle
mana
down
do you
there.
have? Seth, how much mana do you have?
6.
I have technically 4 mana, 4 lands.
No,
Wait,
he has
I
way
have
more
technically
than
4 lands.
Yeah. True. Good point.
But Richard's probably about to storm off here anyway. We're all
Okay,
gonna
I'm
die.
gonna pay 4 life again. You already
Richard's
saw the
doing my
storm
job
off.
for me.
I've already
you're doing
accomplished.
the job for me.
Not the
I've already
only
accomplished.
storm that exists.
Play this. Okay, hold on. Let me do a quick calculation here. I'm a storm player. I want to do this, but I have no storm finisher. What if I just try to value storm my way out and pull a Nadu and fizzle halfway?
I don't speak for Phil, but
1, 2, 3. Okay,
Well,
we're
you
just
know
gonna
that
do
deck's
it
also-
because I don't know that I'm gonna live any longer. Nissa, who shakes the world.
I hate
This is
that
bad.
card.
Hey.
Now Crim sees red.
Oh,
Because
I
I
hate that
milled
card.
mine, Krim, so you don't have to attack me. Mine's gone.
I don't really know what it does because it's in Japanese. But I know that when I tap a forest, it adds an additional green. And I can +1 to untap a force, and it becomes 3 +1/+1 counters, I believe.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the -8
Yeah, it
is.
gets 3 counters and it's an elemental.
Yeah,
Okay, does
That's
this
fine.
resolve, Krim?
sure.
Okay. So I'm going to untap the forest. We're going to add a storm count.
Rich.
Just in
going
case this
for it.
becomes relevant somehow. I'm going to use 2 forests. I'm going to get 4 mana. This looks a lot scarier than it is because I'm just trying to do the thing. I'm going to float 2 more. So I'm going to go to 6 mana. I'm going to play my commander. So storm
Yeah.
count 2. Does that resolve?
If I didn't counter the Nissa, I definitely won't counter that one.
I don't know what's going on. Now I'm going to cast Harrow with the 3 mana. It says, as additional cost, sack a land. I'm going to sack this Balagad Recovery. So I'm going to search for 2 forests, 2 Nissa triggers. If this is the second time this ability is resolved, I can reveal cards from the top of my library to reveal an elf or elemental. I don't believe I have an elf or elemental.
Do you have to reveal your deck to us? Show us
You
that
can see
beautiful
my whole,
deck.
I don't know how you want to see this. You can see my whole. Actually, hold on. Wait. Let me
I don't
just
see
check
your
my deck
hand.
list. Oh, no. There's an elf in the deck. Okay, there's an elf in the deck. Okay, so we got to do this
okay, so we gotta
the
do a
slow way.
reveal. Maybe it'll be near the top.
3 Tree City, Boundless Realms, Viridian Revel, Explorer, Forest,
Uh-huh.
Nissa's
Uh-huh.
Pilgrimage, Migration Path, Forest,
That's a lot of ramp.
Forest, Psychosis.
Hey, Richard's
Realm,
gonna have Amulet in there too, and Splunking.
Forest.
I bet you.
Mind's
Mind's
Eye,
Eye.
Immortal Sun, Emerald Medallion, Regrowth, Nature's Lore, Beast Within, Forest, Woodland
I haven't
Guidance,
seen any fogs. If there's no fogs in
Oblivion
there, there's a
Stone.
fog in his hand.
Snow-Covered Forest, Abundance, Great Aurora, Forest, Forest, Benefactor's Draught, Forest, Kodama's Reach, Forest, Boom Pile,
Ramp.
Inspiring Call, Forest, Urza Saga, Forest, One Ring, Regal Force. Regal Force is an elemental, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. Okay.
Wow.
Wait, where do these go? On the bottom?
Yeah, in a random order.
I should not play this card because I don't care if you guys know my deck, but I just don't want to go through that mechanic again. Okay.
There's a fog in his hand.
But you can see how if I was drawing cards, I might actually get somewhere, right?
What is the card draw engine?
Don't worry, we're not done yet though, Seth. I'll show you in a second.
Oh, we're
here.
still going? Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to crop rotation.
Oh
At the
my
time
God.
you play crop
Ooh.
rotation, sack a land. I'm going to sack the creature land. I'm going to search my library for a land and put it into play.
It is a super cute idea because all of these ramp into an untapped land effects are essentially rituals if you have Nissa
Nissa.
because you're making 2
Yes.
mana. Yeah.
4 storm count. And then 2, 4, 6. That's 8 mana. I'm going to go 7 mana. Regal Force. I sacked the land because I didn't want to die to a Wrath, which is kind of dumb because I kind of needed this. So that's storm count 5. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4.
That's
Fine.
bad. There's a lot of bad going
Yep.
on right now.
Okay, but I'm only at 1
Yeah.
mana though. You guys don't play interaction, right? There's no way you guys play interaction.
No, who plays interaction?
I'm mono blue.
I feel like you guys don't play interaction. So I'm going to use my last mana. I'm going to go storm count 6. I'm going to play an Amulet of Vigor.
I knew it. I knew it.
Okay. I passed the turn. I fizzled out,
Richard.
guys. I fizzled out. It was a Nadu turn.
Richard trying to get me killed for playing the same card he's playing.
Yeah.
No,
My Amulet is
look at that
generating 0
amulet.
mana.
Look at all that mana. We do need to deal with that Nissa though.
I'm hoping
Yeah,
for
no,
the
Seth,
low
how many-
interaction game here.
How many cards
I'll put
do
the
you
creatures
have,
up here.
Steph? I know Richard
Uh,
got 7.
I also have 7. But if it makes you feel better, Krim, and I think this is actually the correct thing to do in this scenario, I will show you 6 of those cards are a doppelgang in 5 lands.
Oh,
I will not show you this one card.
Okay.
Oh, no, that's the one that wins the game.
Yeah, that's the win con though. So
I'm going to play my Lush Oasis again. Richard, I guess you had a scary turn. Take 1.
Don't worry. You saw Storm though, right? We counted Storm. It looks good.
And
That's all
yeah,
I
no,
wanted
it
to
did-
show you
it did
guys.
good. You stormed off. You mono green stormed. You can go.
stormed off
Krim.
twice. All right. We have drawn a lot of lands. This is good. Island. Here we go. Richard, do you have anything with reach?
Wait, do I?
I'm going to play a Chroma's Memorial.
wow.
Whoa.
Creatures you control have flying, first strike, vigilance, trample, haste, and protection from black and red. All relevant colors in this pod.
Yeah.
I'm going to swing both of these at Nissa, and I'm going to blow up your Nissa. Your creature Nissa.
So you're gonna blow up the commander Nissa, presumably.
Yeah,
right?
and then I'm gonna swing
then
6 at Nissa.
how much? That's 6 damage. Okay,
I pass.
And off your turn. I'm going to
guys, you should let
start
me
doing-
untap. It would have been a wild turn.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I think you would have won, yeah.
I'm going to pay 1 mana because it costs 1 less, and I'm going to start doing the thing my deck does, and it is Perilous Research. Draw 2 cards, then sacrifice a permanent. I sacrificed 1 illusion, I get a new one. The illusion trigger was as power 1, so when an illusion dies, I can put a permanent card with mana value less or equal to that creature's power from the hand to the battlefield. So its power was 1 when it died, so I can put a 0-drop on the battlefield, and it is a Fountain Port, and
Ooh,
then
that's a good
I'm
land.
going to untap.
Phil, when I lose to you, I'm okay with that. I'd still want to lose to all the big mana decks.
It's a storm deck.
Urza Saga. Yes,
I'm a
for 2
burn
mana,
deck.
I
I'm the
create
most
a
aggro of
construct.
all.
Pay 2 mana. Let's see if I can draw a land. I'm going to crack a clue and draw a card. Damn it. Which will put some tokens on the battlefield. These are 2 ones now. Yeah, it's a bit boring, but I am going to play a Wayfarer's Bauble and swing at Richard for 2 and Seth for 1 with the Spirit. Actually, Seth
will-
gets an illusion as well.
I'm not hitting you, Phil. You can swing out.
Down
You
to
want-
31.
I just want to keep it a bit on the safe side here. And then I'll
Sure.
pass.
I mean, you can make constructs. You got a lot.
Yeah.
Am I dead to Doppelgang? What does Doppelgang actually say? Like,
Doppelgang is
Double Doppelgang.
2 in triple X. For each of X target permanents, create X tokens that are copies of that permanent. So Unbound Flourishing would copy it. So I would get 2 Doppelgangs X2, which wouldn't kill you. I would get 8 total copies, and my lands only deal 1, so I could theoretically deal 8 damage to someone. I really need way more X than 8 for it to really work.
okay, we're gonna pay 4 more life.
So,
Mm.
well, yeah, I guess there's a chance Richard ends up dying just because he's spent so much life to his library.
Well, I don't know what's going on, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nyx Bloom Ancient.
Oh, jeez.
So it's a 5/5.
Okay.
When you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead.
Oh, okay. Before
Does
that resolves, let me think
resolves?
for a second.
Okay. I
Do you
don't
have
think I'm
a
gonna
single?
win, but it's funny.
I kind of want the Nyx Bloom Ancient out because then I could doppelgang it, and then all my lands make way more mana. So I kind of want.
No,
I kind of
Richard
want it,
is
but I
laughing
kind
because
of
he
want to not
knows-
die.
Yo, do you have a fog or something? That would be
He's
kinda
leaning
funny.
into your greed.
Wait, but can you recur your doppelgang? How are you gonna win though if you use your doppelgang?
No,
got
because I
tons of
don't have
recursion.
anything else. I don't have anything in hand, so I can't.
My
What's the
storm
problem?
finisher is in my graveyard currently. I need to get it back.
Yeah, okay. We saw all your
many cards
regrowth
you got in hand,
effects, by the
Richard?
way.
2, 4, 6, 8.
All right, I'm gonna show you my secret last card because then you'll know why I'm thinking about this. My secret last card is Cyclonic Rift. My thinking was, do I need to bounce the Amulet before the Nyx Bloom resolves, or does that just not even matter? Like,
That
does it
doesn't
matter
Did I
at
play all
Like-
forests?
You need to bounce the Nyx Bloom Ancient.
It resolves for now, and we'll see what happens.
Surely nothing bad will happen. Or I mean, yeah.
I
still,
mean,
So
I
I'm
am
gonna
pretty
play
scared.
mana?
forest.
No.
You
anything
can't
in
respond to that, right? You can't respond to forest.
No, I
you
can't respond to a land.
your forest.
So 6 mana. I'm gonna play a Spelunking for 3 mana. Seth, any responses?
I mean, that doesn't really do anything, right?
This is your window to
It ups the
respond.
storm count, baby. These are all
Resolves.
cantrips.
Resolves.
So when ETBs
Wild.
draw a card, then I can put a land card from my hand onto
He
the
probably doesn't
battlefield.
have another land to put into play.
Okay.
He might not.
There's no way.
Boom.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, okay, he
Forest?
does. Good thing that Nissa's down.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
gonna float 6.
You're all welcome.
We just up the storm count with the cultivate. It puts 1 land into play, so it would
But
cantrip.
it comes into play untapped.
We're ritualing. We're doing
Damn
it. So
storm
2
decks.
forests. Are you proud? I'm playing like 39 forests.
It's. I thought you were playing a lot when you were flipping through your deck. There was a lot of forest in there.
So 3 more mana. We're just gonna play the One Ring.
Yeah,
Does that resolve?
I'm going to counter this. Seth doesn't have a counter in hand, right? Yeah.
I do
has,
not
like,
know.
Cycrypt.
You know my hand.
Yeah, the
Sure,
counter.
yeah.
What do you
5
actually play?
counter
Is that like actually straight up counter spell?
Yeah, that's just
That
straight
is
up
just
counter.
I like that promo.
classic
I love that one.
counter spell.
Okay, we're gonna go to combat. So this 2 mana goes. I'm not actually going to attack. Let's see if we survive. So storm count 5. 5 goes away. Pass the turn.
If Seth doesn't overload, I definitely plan on attacking Richard.
This is going to be an interesting turn. All right.
No, he's going to doppelgang and then try
I'm not overloading.
He's going to try to do it after he doppelgangs the Nyx Bloom Ancient.
So I'm going to play Rejuvenating Springs as my land for the turn. We'll see if this even resolves. So I have exactly 8 mana. I am going to cast the Doppelgang that you know about. Oh, Unbound Flourishing. If I copy an instant or sorcery spell with X in its mana cost, I get to copy that spell. So I'm going to have 2 copies, each with different targets. This copy, it's going to target the Nyx Bloom Ancient, and it's going to target Lush Oasis. And then I'll get a second copy thanks to the Unbound Flourishing. I'm going to copy Regal Force, and I'm going to copy Lush Oasis.
Wait, Regal Force? You mean Nyx Bloom Ancient?
No. Nyx Bloom Ancient with one, Regal Force with the other. Because my hand, my hand, it's all nothingness. So I would get 4 Lush Oases, 2 Nyx Blooms, 2 Regal Forces. So if everything
those 4 Lush Blooms would tap for
9 each.
Yeah, I guess I have to stop the Nyx Bloom Ancient one, but I'm also going to trigger this. So I got to get a D20.
Oh, if you get a D20. Whoa, if you hit a 20.
Oh, if he copies,
then he
gets his own.
This is the D20 I'm using. Okay.
Weighted. Sure.
Weighted?
Man,
19.
Whoa.
Let's go. So close.
Wow.
Prim gets to draw a card.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I draw a card.
Didn't you say just do what you were planning on?
Yeah, I was
not interacting in that way.
No. That spacing might have been weird. My thing is just do what you were gonna do. I assume I said nothing. Just do what you were gonna do.
We're sponsored by Nike. Did I forget to tell you guys?
I'm going to get 2 Regal Forces. I'm going to get 2 Lush Oases.
Oh, wow.
I am going to attack Richard. So if you help me, I will attack Richard.
You did just counter my cool play. Sure, I'll ping Richard for 2. And then I get to draw 4 cards from the 2 Regal Forces entering. I will discard a Colossal Rattleworm and a Forest to hand size. And then you can go. Oh, yeah. So Colossal Rattleworm, I can pay 2 and exile it from my graveyard to put a desert into play tap from my library.
Yeah, sure. Air quotes around tap. You got it. All right.
Yeah, not technically tap, but.
I'll play an island. I have finally drawn another elf. It's time.
We did it.
Yo, Mono Blue Elves is hard.
There's not that many.
You got to spew all the elves you can while you're still alive to make sure people know your deck.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now while I can.
That's my strategy. Just keep doing
Richard just stormed off for 3 so people know, yeah.
Yeah, just so they know. They're not going to be like, you did nothing all game. Like, what is this deck? I'm like, don't worry. You saw the Chatterstorm for 3, okay?
Don't you 2 players going off on your mana bases worry. I just played the staple of the deck. Winter Eladrin, baby. 2/2. A fairy elf wizard. When it enters, return up to 1 other target creature to its owner's hand. I need to bounce. I don't care. You choose which one of those tokens, Seth. They are big.
One of the Regal Forces? All right.
Yeah, you choose a Regal Force token.
They're 5. Yeah.
I'm going to send all of this in the air at Richard. Remember, everything in my hand
has haste. It has haste.
Haste,
wait, do
flying,
they do?
First strike, vigilant, trample. Okay? And protection from black and red. I'm going to deal 4 damage to one of your tokens.
Oh, I'm like super dead.
Yeah, take 9. I'm going to draw a card. Unfortunately, because of what I've drawn, I'm sad I played a land. I'm going to go ahead and play Arcane Signet, and then I politely pass.
I'm going to untap. With a Saga will trigger, I will tap it in response to add a colorless, and then I'll search my library for an artifact card with mana value 1, which will be...
You haven't sacrificed anything yet, Phil. Your deck is illegal.
I saw the Perilous
I did Perilous Research there. You got a deck. It's almost like a sacrifice.
Is it not Skull Clamp?
It is a Skull Clamp. Yeah.
It gotta be Skull Clamp.
Yeah, I got a colorless floating, so I can use this to equip the Skull Clamp.
We should explain Urza Saga. It triggers on main phase, so you can float the colorless mana. Because the YouTube comments are always confused about how Urza Saga works. So you can float the colorless on your main phase and sack it to do the last step.
I am going to equip it to a illusion, which will make it die, but as a 3/0, I draw 2 cards. And then 3 triggers are on the stack. This dying and these. I can put a 3-drop on the battlefield. I think I put a 2-drop on the battlefield, and it is the card why I wanted to build this deck.
Maybe.
It is Homerit Spawning Bat. For 3 mana, I can sacrifice a blue creature to put X Camerit tokens into play, where X is the casting cost of the sacrificed creature. Not too good with illusions, to be fair, but beggars can't be choosers. It is a sacrifice engine. I also get a new illusion and a new spirit.
Can any of those attack?
Wait, actually,
Phil,
actually,
can you please just
2 of those
attack
can attack.
Richard?
Yeah. I better play a Thought Vessel so I don't have a maximum hand size. And then tap that to equip the Skull Clamp to a illusion. Draw 2 and can put a 3-drop on the battlefield. Oh, this one is more interesting. Prometheus Staff. I can pay 3 mana, put a creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Technically not sacrificing, I know.
You get rid of the next.
Oh yeah,
Actually, you
everybody
can get rid of the next bloom.
Yeah, so this polymorph. So I put target creature on the bottom of its owner's library. Its owner's control. This creature's controller reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card and put that on the battlefield. I did draw a land. Do we get rid of the Nyx Bloom? I think so.
I think if you're not gonna win, you gotta.
You win.
Yeah.
Rid of it, right?
I
Are you
guess
sure? What if I
so.
get another Nyx Bloom?
Wait. It puts it on the bottom, right? If he has no
It does
other
put it-
creatures, does it just
If he
fit
has
back
no
into the
other
Nyx
creatures,
bloom?
yes,
Okay.
but I think he must have an elf.
We saw a big
Right?
chunk of his deck before.
So we heard about
I don't
it.
know. I mean, we probably
I
gotta
mean,
do it.
what else
It would
are we
actually
gonna
be
do, right?
hilarious, I guess,
You
if
know
he
how
just
funny
fits
that
back
would
into
be?
it. So I think we gotta go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to polymorph the Nyx Bloom.
You guys are so lucky. I have 4 creatures in this deck. I have 4 creatures in this deck.
Wow.
So you
and
will get
Regal
rid of
Force
it.
is down. Regal Force
Regal
is already
Force
gone.
is down already.
We
All right.
saw a Psychosis Crawler, which
Yeah.
wouldn't be too cool, but I guess
Tireless
Yeah, we could still
Provisioner.
die to- Oh,
that's
okay.
the
That's
elf.
So when the land enters a battlefield under my control, create a food or treasure token.
Yeah, and then I swing in at Richard for 4.
I cannot block that. I go to 5.
And I'll pass.
Okay. So I'm on the verge of death here. Let's see if we can pull anything off.
or on the verge of storming off and winning. One or
Yeah,
Seth
remember-
has a Psych Rift, and you can deal 1 damage at instant speed.
I got both my pain deserts, so I can't get a way to deal damage.
I'm not going to believe that for a second. 1, 2,
I don't know. Maybe I can.
3.
You know he's got a fog. I'm just letting you all know.
Yeah.
The fog doesn't stop the desert damage, though. I'm not paying
I'm not-
4 life to draw a card.
Why not? Richard lived dangerously.
I think we got to go out in a blaze of glory. We're going to play a forest. Landfall trigger, get a treasure. We're not untapping to see another day here, so we are...
Wow.
we're going to go for it.
Feel like I don't know where I am, when
1,
I am,
2,
what I
We're gonna
am.
make
Richard's
Forest Worlds
turns
this time.
have been so wild
3,
every time.
4,
Thank-
5, 6, 7,
the deck
Oh,
does look
8,
sweet though.
9, 10, 11, 12. We're going to float 12 green mana. We're going to play Aetherflux Reservoir.
Okay.
So we're going to go
Okay.
down. Wait. Can I do that? Wait. Okay, I lied. We don't do that at all. Okay.
Oh, did you just half play Aetherflux Reservoir?
Hold on. Take backsies. No one's lying.
That's even worse than half playing your combo. You just flash your combo.
I mean, I'm going to
pieces,
die
it's
no
in
matter
hand.
what, right? Woodland Guidance. Return target card from my graveyard to my hand. Clash with an opponent. If you win, untap all force you control. And then
we can't
remove
let
it
him
from
win
the
this
game.
clash. We can't let him
So-
win this clash.
I'm going to grab Anissa, who shakes the world, back to my hand.
No.
Okay,
there's
so this
no
was
winning.
4 mana.
This is
So
like the
I know
game,
the top
potentially.
card of my deck. I know the top card of my deck from Sylvan Library. You guys have all lands in hand, Krim and Seth, so the chance of a land on top is low. Phil has been missing land drops, but he also plays.
I didn't
Random
really
blue
miss. I had
stuff.
to dig for them.
Don't be a chicken. Target the Elves player.
I'm gonna go Phil. I'm gonna go.
Come on,
I think
yeah.
Seth
Gonna
has
go
a bunch
Phil.
of wraps,
Gonna go
like a
Phil.
bunch of 4 mana ramps. So I know the top card. So my top
Yeah.
card is Primal Amulet 4. So I
Oh,
need
that's a
Phil
4.
to have 3 or less.
It's very
Come on,
much to the
Phil.
ground. It is
Phil,
a
please.
brainstorm. Man, if I did have
No.
If I had this in my hand.
Yes. Yes.
In response, I'd like to bounce your floating mana card
Okay.
with my Cyclonic Grip.
Okay. Okay.
Wait,
I
so
don't
what
know if
happens
we were
to
actually
this?
going to win or do anything useful, though.
I guess I leave this brainstorm on top.
We're scrying bot. So I'm going to use 5 floating mana. I'm going to cast Nissa Who Shakes the World. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. Oh, this is going to look real bad, guys, where I have all this mana and can't win the game.
Oh my god, the dice wasn't
Oh my
enough.
+1, the Nissa. I'm going to cast Ether Flux Reservoir.
If you got a counter, use it.
Gotta
Gotta
be
be his
priority.
only win con, right? Sorry that I have to spend all my interaction on you, Richard, but it's scary. Also, I'm
Oh, you're
jealous
good.
of all this green. I'm going to cast another, that's aristocrats, right? Abjure for 1 blue mana and sacrifice a blue
Yes!
permanent. Counter target spell. I'm going to sacrifice
original
this
player
illusion,
denial.
and I'm going to counter target spell.
Okay, so Storm count 4 from your counter spell.
Richard did not seem to care about that. I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, not
now.
too much.
He was just like,
Kinda
whatever,
worried,
yeah. Put it in the
Well, I mean, I
graveyard.
expect you guys to interact with the storm. Like, what do you
I
want me to
guess,
do? Okay, Coveted Jewel. So
Let's
Fun
go.
has been detected.
I go to 17 mana.
Uh-huh.
Storm count 5, 3. Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. No.
Oh no!
How do I get that coveted jewel? The game has changed. Now I no longer care about burning you. I just want the coveted jewel.
I already made a land drop this turn. Well, that's all she wrote. So I'm gonna go to 9 mana. I'm going to cast Azuri's Predation. So for each creature
Oh.
your opponents control, create a 4/4 green beast, and then they fight.
Ha! Regal Force is a 5/5, right? Ha 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 ha.
Yes. wait. So one of yours is a 4/4, right? So
Sure, you
4,
lose
3.
1 beast.
I trade. How many beasts do I net from you though?
2.
2. And how many beasts do I
0.
net from Phil?
5, and nothing dies.
7. Do we play Nissa?
Hey, at least now I don't care about Cyclonic
No.
Grips.
don't
I have
play
nothing.
this.
that is,
I
that
still
is
do.
true.
I'm gonna swing
Mike.
here. 10 damage at Karim. Oh wait. End this land. 13.
Sure.
I'm so sad. I passed the turn.
That was a pretty good turn, though. I'm gonna
I
exile.
don't know how I
Shadow
took.
Worm.
Wait, how did the mono blue elves deck take all of that?
Hey, I got a
Phil has a
5/5.
blocker.
Phil has 0 blockers.
Yeah, but Phil's has so high of a life total.
All right, I'm gonna get a Conduit of Pylons so I can surveil one.
There are exactly 10 blue elves. I am now down to 7 left in the deck. I have to draw them.
But Krim, I have exactly 2 storm finishers. I have less than you.
You've drawn roughly 100
All right.
cards.
I will
I have
untap
like
and draw.
regrowth to get it back. That's what you're worried about.
I got to do it because it's so good. So I'm going to
You
cast
regrowth the
with
doppelgang?
all of my mana. No, but I have full flowering, which is green and double X to populate X times. So I
Oh
would
my
like
God.
to populate.
Wait, he's just drawing
uh,
cards.
five.
No. Those
times.
lands are tokens.
Oh, I'm
The
dead.
lands that I copied with the doppelgang are tokens now because they made token copies.
Populate is
Oh,
only
Oh,
creature
full
tokens.
flowering only copies creature tokens.
All right,
Aw.
let me think about this then, because
Whoa, whoa,
I might not have put this
Moto
in my.
That's so
misclick. I'm
sad.
just kidding.
I might not have put this in my deck if I had known that. Okay, I thought I was.
I
About
thought
to
you were
Richard,
gonna
and it
draw
was
like
be
50
super cool.
cards with your.
Yeah.
No, I thought I was
Your
going
Regal
to kill you. Okay, so here's what I think I'm going to do. We're going to go mid ground here. I'm going to spend 5
He's
mana
gonna draw cards.
to cast full flowering. Populate X time, so X is equal to 2. But I have Unbound Flourishing, so I'm going to get 2 of
Oh,
them.
so good.
So essentially, I get to populate 4 times. My only populate target, since populate only can creatures, which means sadly I can't copy my lands, which would have been really sweet, is this Regal Force. So I would like to make 4 copies of Regal Force. So I get 2 Regal Forces to start. I have 3 green creatures, so I'll draw 6 cards, right? So then the second one, the Unbound Flourishing one will resolve. I'll get 2 more, so I'll go up to 5. These will draw me 10 cards because I have 2 with 5 green creatures. Man, I have so many cards in hand. I better be able to do something cool.
Don't worry, Seth. I had 27 mana and couldn't kill anyone.
Yeah, I
It's
know
okay.
your pain. Lands. All right,
Did
those
you
go
get,
there.
Did you get
How
the all land draw like me?
Sort of, yeah. I mean, I have some non-lands. They just don't do much. Man, if I just draw more cards, that's not great.
You drew 16.
It's never enough, Richard. It's never enough. I'm going to play Yavimaya as my land for the turn. So now all my colorless lands actually make green mana.
I have green mana.
Green mana all around.
This turn's Nissa. Now if I play a non-basic, I can get Nissa going.
Oh, this is so bad.
What, you can't even like ramp or something if you're not going to do anything?
Yeah, well, but then I'm not leaving up Cyclonic Rift and then I die.
What if I promise not to attack you? You don't need the Cyclone.
If I don't Psych Rift you, you're not going to attack me this turn?
No. I'm not going to attack with beasts to win this game.
All right.
I got to storm kill you guys.
All right. 1, 2, 3.
But what
4,
about
5,
attacking with
6,
You're letting me
7.
untap with Nissa,
player.
though.
I'm going to cast Seagate Restoration.
Oh my god. Of course.
Oh my god.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
We shouldn't have made the
20,
deal.
21.
I just want y'all to understand why I need
22.
Ocean Thief.
You should have done this anyway. You have 5/5/5s. I can't even kill you. You're safe to tap out.
All right, your go. I'll sort through my hand as you figure out your turn.
Crim, just let me untap.
Let you untap. Yes, I
Just
will.
let me untap.
I'm gonna play Simon and a
Damn.
2/2.
It's-
Back.
I'm gonna go to combat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing at Richard directly. You
I
take
go to
2.
3. You take the jewel. You have this exact one.
I
I've
do.
seen you have it.
I did not expect for us to have a coveted jewel. That's on me.
First of all, I play
Oh,
coveted
we
jewel
can have
every week.
2. Yeah, I've got one in my
Okay.
deck as well.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
So wait, how many cards do you have in hand, Seth?
I believe 45.
Oh.
Or maybe it's 44. 22 plus 22. If you see my hand pile versus my deck pile, I think my hand pile is winning here by a little bit now. We did it.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna get your jewel.
Family jewels.
I draw
Crim.
3.
Was it 3 islands?
I drew islands. Okay. I'm gonna use the jewel. Then 2. Take 2. Go to 14. I'm gonna cast Season of Weaving. Choose up to 5 pause worth of modes. You choose the same mode more than once. I'm going to get 2 copies of Coveted Jewel and then draw a card.
Who's the storm
And then
deck
I'm
now?
also going to trigger my Simon.
Please low roll.
If it's off the board, it doesn't count.
Yeah, you might have to roll again.
18.
Imagine
I draw
if you
1.
copied
I roll that.
Worst
Season of
party
Weaving.
case ever.
Yes.
I will now get 2 copies of Coveted Jewel.
This is the ideal storm. He's getting
Draw-
mana and
Draw
cards
another
at the same time.
card
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe
from
Crimson Storm
from
deck.
Season of Weaving. And then I'm going to draw 6 cards.
I'm so jealous.
Now we're partying. I have drawn elves. I'll tap this for 3. I'm going to play Mirror Maid, and I'm going to copy Coveted Jewel.
Y'all
You
just
might have
play
to
with
start
my deck
tracking
this
your
week.
storm count.
Can you guys play with your own decks, please?
I'm going to name Cage Sun, or I'm going to play Cage Sun named Blue. Oh, also,
Wait,
I have
no,
1
no, it's
floating.
not
I realize
the-
I have 1 floating.
Are you keeping
Oh,
track of storm
right.
count here?
Yeah, you'll definitely
We
need
probably
that
should
with me. I'm going to play Midnight Clock. I will still have 1 floating plus this, so that's now 3 mana. I will now play Vidalcan Shackles. I have 5 islands.
Sweet.
I'm going to pass, and then I go to discard.
I'm going to just play some blockers, and that would be for 3 mana.
Do you want to tuck one of my squirrels, Phil?
I'm
Oh,
ditching
man.
2 islands,
No.
Silver Fountain, Maskwood Nexus.
Detective of the month. It also creates sacrifice fodder. Whenever I draw my second card, I create a 2/2 blue detective. Oh yeah, I'm also ascended, so my detectives can be blocked. You saw this brainstorm. Let's see if I can hit a land drop. Draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards on top of my library. I will put this and this on top, and then I'll play a land, get the detective, and then I pay 4 mana. I guess I play Inga Rune Eyes. When it enters the battlefield, scry 3, and when it dies, draw 3 cards if 3 or more creatures died this turn. I already know 2 of them. Yeah, this one doesn't seem too good here, so I'm just gonna do this. And then pass. Oh god.
Oh dear. Oh wow.
Did I get to untap?
Richard,
do.
if you hit me
Wait.
too hard, you know you don't get any of these jewels, right?
But I still get 12 cards.
You still get
I still get
cards,
12
yeah.
cards.
I think you should draw some extra cards with your Sylvan Library, Richard.
No, I think I'm
Yeah.
good. What if I just kill Crim? Is that fine? I'm scared that he like bounces my things and I don't draw the cards.
What?
I'm afraid if you draw the cards, you're gonna win.
That's the strategy, Seth. That's what I'm trying to do.
Somehow the mono blue elves player drew the aggro. I just want y'all to remember that.
I'm going to play a land. I'm going to trigger Tyler's Provisioner. I'm going to make a food.
Wait, are we going life gain mode off the
Yep.
Provisioner? Oh, you know
I
times are
got 3.
bleak.
I think I just want to kill Krim in case he has counter magic or something. So 7 4/4s, a 5/5, and 2 1/1s.
So I'll get 2 mana. I'm gonna play March of the Swirling Mists, exiling pretty much my entire hand, phasing out as many as I can.
How many do you have?
So, I actually get 2 already.
Can you do enough so he doesn't actually get to steal all the jewels? There's no way.
6.
I have 10 creatures.
I have enough to at least survive, but I'm thinking about something.
Do you have enough to keep him from stealing
Can you
the
prevent
jewels?
the card
That's
draw?
the real question. Because
I want him to steal it because then this way Seth isn't incentivized to kill me.
Oh, wait, Krim. Okay, Krim, how about this? Because I think that's a really bad idea.
He's gonna win the game.
I won't kill you if you face out the rest of them.
Nah, I don't think I need to do that. I'll just do this.
Your elf trigger on the stack first. Wait, so what have you targeted? You targeted all my creatures?
All your
Even
beasts,
the untapped ones?
all 7 of your beasts, your regal force, right? So that's 7, 8. So I get to exile 10 things. So the 9th one will be one of your 1/1s. The 10th one will be your tireless provisioner. Then I'm gonna I resolve my trigger.
Ooh, 20 would be...
Oh, off the count. Man. 15. Okay.
Wow, we
I
never draw
a
up
card.
that thing. We
Wow,
never
you're so
draw.
good at
Never
this.
even once.
So good.
Okay,
Is
we go to blocks.
Richard still
You block
gonna get
this
the
squirrel.
jewels?
Yeah, the 1/1 that I couldn't block.
You sure you don't want to not block it?
No, I'm pretty sure I want to. I want
Okay.
to block that one. Last I checked.
Okay, so sad face. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16,
Wait, are we
18, 20, 22, 24, 26.
Great Aurora?
So
Great
26.
Aurora is
Otherwise,
just
definitely.
Richard, or is it all of us?
I
I'm
think
going
it's
to
everyone.
plus Nissa. I'm just going to sack it, gain 3 life. I'm going to use 9 of my mana to cast Great Aurora.
Oh.
So I go to
This is-
17 mana floating.
This is really bad.
I
Can I-
don't know.
Oh
I
wait,
read that?
no, this is actually
It's-
hilarious because it's cards in hand too. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my
Wild.
god.
Each player shuffles all cards from his or her hand, all permanents he or she owns, into his or her library.
And then
Each
you
player
draw
may
that
put
many
any number of
cards, and then each player may put any number of land cards onto the battlefield, exile Great Aurora.
Does this count tokens?
Yes.
Yes.
Should, yes.
Do I like having a good time? Yes. So I am going to let
44,
that resolve with
45.
Arcane Denial in hand.
I'm going to...
Let's see if Seth wins.
Yeah, I'm going to float a blue mana.
I'm floating a
So-
blue mana as well.
I'm going to get 23 cards from the Great Aurora.
Because it counts cards in your hand and on the battlefield. I'm going to get 61 cards from my Great Aurora.
Oh, it counts hand?
Yeah, you shuffle
Oh,
your hand into.
Then I get
permanents and
22
hand.
cards.
I got 21.
And then all the lands go into play.
I drew 2 elves. Okay. I'm online, baby.
I have 10 forests and 1 3-tree city. So I guess we're just going to choose Squirrel.
So I have a forest, an Urza's Cave, a hedge maze, an island, Dreamroot Cascade, Lazotep Quarry, Planar Nexus, Scavenger Grounds, Misty Rainforest, Sunken Palace, Hedgehog Oasis, Ibn Rivulet. So do we know the exact order of how this resolves? So I get a Vesuva. What does this Vesuva do? I don't think I can
it does
copy
any.
my lands. Can I copy Richard's lands because they're going into play in turn order and his lands exist? Or is it just like literally a land that does nothing? Forest, Strip Mine, everyone gets Forest because of Yavmaya, Echoing Deeps. Anyone have good lands in their graveyard?
I do have an Urza Saga.
I'll copy Ursa's Saga. Why not? Okay, so Vesuva does nothing, but it still exists. It's just a land that is a Vesuva. Okay.
I mean, it's a forest.
Yeah, I guess Yavmaya helps with it.
All right, so Krim does not have effects.
Nope.
I do have a Fountain Port, War Room, and Mystic Sanctuary. Mystic Sanctuary enters and will put a counter spell.
You need
Oh
three
yeah,
three
yeah. I
islands
do
in that
have
pile.
three. I think I have 8 islands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And I get to surveil one because of Hedge Maze, which will be a land in the graveyard.
4. Tap Fountain Port and create a treasure token while I have the mana.
The one blue I've got, I'm going to use, I guess. I'm going to tap War Room and lose 1.
I actually drew absolutely nothing. But but we could do this. So I'm going to use 3 mana. I'm going to go to 14. I'm going to cast tribute to the world tree. So whenever a
I'm going
creature
to-
enters, okay, yeah, are you gonna respond?
No. Well, I'm just going to crack my Misty Rainforest in response, but you can go. I'm just getting an island.
So storm count 3. So whenever a creature enters the battlefield under control, if its power is 3 or greater, draw a card. Otherwise, put 2+1/+1 counters on it. I'm gonna pay 2 mana, so I'm gonna go to 12. I'm gonna play Emerald Medallion, storm count 4, and then I'm going to pay 5 -1, so 4 mana. I'm gonna cast Nissa Resurgent whatchamagig, storm count 5. Does that resolve?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
when it enters
but
the battlefield,
in
tribute
response, I will play a Fairy Mastermind because I want to draw cards as well. So whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw a card. You didn't draw
Okay.
a card yet, right?
Oh, so this is
Great
not
Aurora
triggered.
draws
This will be my like
cards.
80,000th card. So
Oh yeah, we've drawn a lot of cards.
I'm gonna cast Coveted Jewel. So that's 6 more mana. I'm gonna go to 2 floating. Oh, Fairy Mastermind, storm count 7.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I am going to 2 mana to cast a Growth Spiral. Draw a card, can put a land in play from your hand onto the battlefield. I will put this Atwar into play, I guess. And then for 10 mana, I've never actually cast this card. Hurkyl's Final Meditation. Return all non-land permanents to their owner's hands. End the turn. Normally costs 7 mana, but it's 3 more to cast if it's not your turn.
End the turn.
I'm letting this resolve. I love it. I got nothing.
But Seth's gonna win.
What am I gonna do about it? You're gonna win, or Seth's
Bill
gonna
has a
win.
counter spell. What can we finagle here? Somehow I kill Seth,
no
but
way.
not you two?
So I'm going to pay 3 mana. So I use War Room, go down to 38 there. I'm going to draw my counter spell.
Richard's got storm count 8.
No, I mean,
I feel
it ends the turn. I lose. Right?
And you don't really have
Well,
any
Seth
permanents to bounce.
Yeah, like we don't really lose anything. If you,
Yeah,
if
I
you
think
care about
I
Seth
think I
winning,
let
counter
this
Seth.
resolve.
So it bounces everything. So this is on the stack, so it's just going to disappear, right?
Yeah.
These 3 permanents go back to my hand. All these are phased out.
Felt so long
And
ago.
then I'm going to discard the hand
Yeah.
size.
I seriously felt like I phased those out last year.
Me
Yep.
too. Yeah, like a game ago.
Just go. I'm not going to have anything relevant to discard.
I didn't find any of my Pain Deserts, which is very awkward.
Just Seagate Restoration again, Seth. I believe
I would definitely die if I do that. Nice try, Richard. Nice try. We will draw our card for the turn. I'm going to play a card. I wonder why we never play this card, because this card seems cool. A card called Tidal Barracuda. 4 mana 3/4 that says any player can cast spells as though they had flash, but your opponents can't cast spells during your turn.
That's pretty bad, right? So that kind of shuts down my counters.
That would mean you wouldn't be able to cast things for the rest
Yeah.
of my turn,
Yeah.
yes.
I mean, maybe at least
But I'm
I
giving
can
you
draw
flash.
a card. Yeah, I'm gonna flash in this Mastermind and maybe draw a card at least.
That's
Wait,
fine.
Ooh. Wait, is
I'm
this
going to interrupt you
resolve?
guys with my discard. Shamanic Revelation, Flare Cultivation, Sky Shard Claim, Nissa's Pilgrimage, Seer Sundial, Immortal Sun. I'm just going to cast the Constant Mist. Creatures deal no
Prevent-
combat damage.
Creatures deal no combat damage.
Yeah,
Okay,
2,
that's
4,
that's
6.
acceptable.
And then I will not buy it back.
So now we will proceed to see if we can actually just win the game here. Spend 1 mana from this Vesuva that makes green mana because there's a Yavimaya to play Amulet of Vigor again.
Oh, we saw.
So now my lands come into play untapped. And then I will cast 3 mana for Dance of the Tumbleweeds. Search your library for a desert card, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle. I'm going to search for the Pain Desert again. Lush Oasis. It'll come into play untapped because of the Amulet. I will ping Richard for 1.
I go to 5.
And then I will play a card that I learned about from Phil recently. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Replication Technique. So it's a demonstrate card. It says create a token that's a copy of target permanent you control, but I can let someone else do this and then I get another copy of it. Crim.
Yes.
You can copy the replication technique. So I'm
I
going to
would
make
take
a
an
copy
island.
of my Lush Oasis. And then Crim's going to copy his island, which is going to let me get another copy of Lush Oasis. I'm going to pew Richard for 2 more down to 3.
I go to 3.
I'm going to play a Arid Archway as my land for the turn. It's a bounce land. It's going to untap because of the Amulet of Vigor. These lands are also untapped. I was just counting my mana. I'm going to float a mana with the Thespian stage and then pick it up to the Arid Archway. And then I'm going to cast Skullwinder. When it enters, I get to return a card from a graveyard to my hand, and someone else does. Phil, you're very tapped out. Why don't you return a card
Yep.
from your graveyard to
We
your
can't even
hand?
cast spells though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like we
just
can't
in
interact
case.
with you, so
I'm going to
Wins
get back the
wins.
Doppel. I'm going to get back the Doppelgang.
Yeah, I'm gonna
And
get
then-
back the Obtrua.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Man, am I still not going to win the game after all this?
Can't you copy it with the city or the Sunken Palace?
I can, but then that
You
costs
copy
3 mana, so that reduces the X. So I can doppelgang X equal 3. So my doppelgang will copy the Lush Oasis 3 times. It'll copy the Arid Archway 3 times, and it'll copy the Skullwinder 3 times.
You sure you want to triple Skullwinder someone if you're not going to win the game?
I'm going to
seems a little
triple Skullwinder
sus.
you, Richard, because I'm not going to
Oh, that's
I'm going
right.
to make
That's
you
right.
die.
And then so
Maybe
now
he
And then I need to
misclicks.
pick up 3 lands.
In case he misclicks and chooses someone else.
Yeah, so I am putting all 3.
Either Flake's Reservoir. Someone
I'm
end this
putting all
turn
the-
with this on the stack.
I'm putting all the damage at you, Richard. So you're getting 3 damage from Lush Oases. My Skullwinders, I'll get back Full Flowering and Replication Technique and solve the equation.
Any responses to this doppelgang thingy?
I can't.
I mean, nobody can cast spells.
Oh yeah,
so-
no one can cast spells. Okay, so I'm dead. I go
Yeah.
to 0. That's right, you guys were scared of the Storm deck, but you know what's better than Storm? Landfall.
True.
burn, Richard, burn. Get it right. It's a burn deck. I'm gonna spend 9 mana. I'm gonna play for the common good. Create X tokens that are copies of target token you control. X is gonna be equal to 4. The for the common good is gonna copy my Lush Oasis. Make 4 more Lush Oases. That 4 damage will go at Crim. For the common good says you gain life 1 life for each token you control, which is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we'll gain 13 life up to 43, and then Crim, you can go.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Take a
Yeah,
turn.
well, I killed Richard. We managed to make Richard die.
Seth, I ate all the interaction for you. That's how you repay me.
I appreciate
I
it.
create a roar for you. I've been alley for you this entire game.
I'm gonna play Camille.
Oh,
Sure.
So I'm gonna go ahead and pass. And then I discover. Oh my god! Of course. I will. Well,
Discover
I'll put
with
this,
clones.
I'll put this to hand.
I mean, discover. Yeah, you can put it in your hand.
Oh, they fixed
Yeah,
Cascade,
go
thank
ahead.
God.
Yeah. I'm going to untap. There is actually an infinite combo in here, but I am so far off this. I can polymorph the Barracuda, but I kind of want to polymorph my own stuff.
I
Can
promise
just
you
Who knows
that-
what I might
do
spin
the thing
into?
once?
You need to win.
You're
Like, even if you
right.
have like 2 counter spells, can you stop him? He has a full hand, like 50 cards in hand or something, right?
Yeah, it's just gave up on my theme altogether here. Here's a portal to Rex. Wait, you have all the Skywinders. Takesy backsies.
I do have a lot of Skullwinders.
No. I'm not gonna do this. Then I want to do it. Actually, whatever. I might die. I want to sacrifice something. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna cast Glen Ella and Elendra Archmage. The Barracuda allows me to
Oh.
activate abilities.
Wow.
right?
Yes, it's just
Yes.
spells. Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm going to do this. Polymorph. Bury target creature. That creature
Yeah.
controller reveals cards from the top of the library until they reveal a creature card. And I'm going to target the Glenelandra Archmage. A little bit greedy, but hey. So since it has persist, it enters with a -1 counter. And I'm going to polymorph. Please.
We're really
give me-
banking on the
please.
Seth 0 interaction strategy.
Cover the jewel. Yep.
Wait for his
yeah.
bobble, seven
Oh my
medallion.
God. Detective of the month.
You gotta have an answer, right, to Barracuda?
Your Glenelandra Archmage.
He's just going to try to counter 1 spell out of Seth.
I'm going to play this
Oh,
Seagate
no.
Restoration as a Seagate Reborn.
You're not even going to pay the 3 life to pretend you need the mana.
Okay, pass.
Oh,
He
wait.
goes
End of your
infinite.
turn. End of your turn. I'm going to go ahead and flash in Sapphire Medallion. And then I'm going to play Archmage's Charm, and I'm going to steal your amulet. All my stuff's uncounterable.
Wait,
Yeah,
why is your
yeah,
stuff
yes.
uncounterable?
Shamil.
I'm going to cast in response to that. I'll tap all 4. I'll leave a blue and a green floating. I'm going to cast a Nature's Lore to get a forest out of my deck. The forest comes in play untapped because of the amulet. Yeah, I guess it'd be untapped anyway because it's Nature's Lore. So I guess the amulet doesn't actually even matter there. And then I will cast a Joint Expiration with Kicker, which is scry true draw a card. Then if it was kicked, you can put a land from your hand onto the battlefield. 1 to the bottom. I will draw this land. I'll put it on the battlefield. It'll let me surveil 1. I will put a Propaganda to the graveyard. And then you
Seth
can steal my
seriously
amulet.
digging for a beast within?
Okay, so I get an amulet.
So amulet
and then-
down. You
yeah.
did it.
All right. That's,
I'm going to discard 2 cards to hand size.
So is it my turn?
yeah, that's.
Oh, did you
that's,
see that?
Yeah.
So we
I
just
have
need
an
to make this
amulet.
game end.
I'm
This game
dead.
has to
So I figured
end.
that rather than going to find and make an amulet, I think I'm dead.
Beast Within, targeting Glenlendra, Archmage.
Wow.
The question is, does
Step
Seth have a
one.
second removal spell? I don't think he plays a second removal spell.
No. He
I mean,
already.
He doesn't need to. I already
Yeah, it already was
sacrificed
Yeah, I
it
know, but
because
if
I
he
was
somehow
greedy.
didn't do it, would that be enough? There may be a world where Seth doesn't actually have enough interaction.
Yeah, close.
It is dead.
Close. But thankfully, okay, so now we should be good to actually end this. So last time I didn't have enough
Probably
mana.
better.
This time I do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. These are all the archways. So let's test for 6 more. So that's 29. 32, 36 mana. No one can cast anything because it's my turn. So I'm going to cast Doppelgang. Gosh darn it. X equal infinite.
Do the
Yeah.
math.
So I've never had to count
I'm
this high
dead.
before. So it's 5, 8, 11, 14, 17.
Seth has never counted to 30 in his life.
Yeah, I gotta break out the fingers. So I can cast a X equal 12. So I'm going to copy all of these Lechuaciouses. So that's going to be 7 of those getting copied 12 times. And then I'll also I don't think I need to do this, but to make sure, I'll copy the Skullwinder, and I'll copy random lands in my deck that don't bounce anything, just like forests and reliquary towers. So I will get 84 damage worth of Lechuaciouses, 7 times 12. I also 12, 20 for 36, 48 at Phil. I'll throw 7 or more at Krim. And I think the Doppelgang Simic burn got there
This
in the
is
end.
infinite, right? Like, it's enough to
So-
go
so
right here, but you would
technically,
end
yeah.
up with Doppelgang in hand and all these Lush Oases untapped, so you can just keep doing it.
If I had played the Splunking,
Oh, you didn't
I
play
really need it
Spelunking.
here. But if I played the Splunking, I would copy the Skullwinder, copy the lands. The lands would let me cast another Doppelgang, and the Skullwinder would get it back. So it would functionally be infinite. I was trying to do it without going functionally infinite or infinite, but I ended up going infinite. Wow, that was quite the game. I gotta ask on the way. So we saw Richard's deck storm off a bunch of times. We saw my deck copy a bunch of deserts. We saw Krim's deck play a bunch of blue elves. The one deck I felt like I didn't get to see do much was Phil's deck. Phil, what did we not get to see out of this aristocrat deck? Like, what was the payoff or whatever? Just super quick.
Yeah, payoff is kind of so. You've seen the draw second card, create tokens. So these tokens are easy sacrifice photo for the very limited amount of sacrifice. So you've seen like Proteus stuff and Polymorph. Then there are like these cards that come back in a very clunky way if you sacrifice them. There is a very scary infinite actually in here. It's an in-depth
Ashnod's
mental
Altar.
Reform and Ashnod's Altar. So I had Reform and the Altar in here, but then I thought, well, the deck's just gonna do nothing as it
You
did.
need a way to win eventually.
I need a win to win eventually if I get somewhere close to this. But yeah, so the reason I wanted to build this deck is because of the spawning pit thing. But
That card's
man,
super
is
cool.
it overcost. Yeah.
Yes,
I couldn't keep
it
up
is.
with the rest there.
Well, that brings us to the end of a pretty long, interesting, color pie breaking Commander Clash. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And we will be back next week to play some more Commander. So come back next Friday for that. Until then, have a great week, everyone. And this is the crew signing out.